Kansas City, I'm Jim Gray. Well, Darian Gordon, the Broncos punt returner who had 2 returns last week for touchdowns against Carolina, he's suffering from the flu today. He is going to play, but he's not feeling real well. Another guy who's not feeling real well, Chiefs coach Marty Schottenheimer. He's got a real bad cold. In fact, he's almost lost his voice. He's not going to be able to scream and holler today. I asked him, how's he going to coach without able to be screaming at everybody? He says, you know, sometimes you just have to play hurt. Dick, but he'll be a lot quieter today.
On the kickoff, Vanover bobbles the ball as he runs into Kimball Landers, and Kansas City recovers at about the 24-yard line as Greg Minuski, the man on the spot, to save an early embarrassment. On comes Rich Gannon, replacing the injured Elvis Gerbach. Broken collarbone Gerbach having a good year. Gannon has started some 45 times in his NFL career. Here's the offensive line. Criswell, the strength in the middle. Zott, Grunhard, and Shields. Parker, the former Bill. In the backfield, it's Greg Hill, the youngster, but we'll see a lot of Marcus Allen. At Kimball Landers, a lot of catches expected from him. Risen and Hughes outside, and the tight end is veteran Derek Walker. That's Hughes in motion, and the handoff to Greg Hill. Breaks a tackle of Steve Atwater, and he's in the clear at the 40. He's at the 50, and all the way to the Denver 41-yard line. What a start for Greg Hill. 35 yards on the play.
The Denver Broncos, they put up 8 guys on the line of scrimmage. Steve Atwater, look at him on the outside. Nobody blocks him. Free shot at the running back. He misses it. Now there's no safety to make the tackle. Greg Hill makes a good run out of it.
Boy, when Steve Atwater doesn't get you, you've made a good run. First down at the 41. Now Marcus Allen in at tailback. Gannon brings Hughes in motion. That's Risen on the far side, and Marcus Allen vaults to the 40, and they're waiting in the Denver defensive side. A gain of maybe a yard as Alfred Williams makes the stop. Defensively, Denver reads this way in their 4-3 alignment. Smith, the former Chief. Traylor played here as well. Tanavasa has replaced Michael Dean Perry, and Alfred Williams, who had that sensational season a year ago with 13 sacks. Mobley, Aldridge, Romanowski, solid at linebacker. Crockett and Gordon at the corners. Atwater and Braxton, the Bronco safeties. Second down 9 for Gannon, who played at Delaware. The former Blue Hens' first pass is complete to the 35, a gain of only 5, as Danon Hughes has his 6th catch of the season.
Well, the Denver defense, they're going to dare this Kansas City offense to throw, and you think they would because they're going to play single coverage outside, but Kansas City's got to do what's best for the team. Even if Denver has extra guys up there, they got to try and run the football today.
Well, we saw at Denver the first 3 plays, Phil, Dick, they've got 8 men up in the box, and they're telling you what they're telling Kansas City. Okay, we're going to be here. You're not going to run the football. You're going to have to throw it outside.
Third down and a long 4. That's Vanover in motion. The fake to him. Gannon keeps. He's a good runner. But Denver able to corral him, push him out of bounds shy of the first down outside the 32-yard line. Neil Smith made the play for Denver, and Marty Schottenheimer indicates he's going for it.
Well, I'll tell you, Romanowski made a great play.
Marty Schottenheimer, though, Paul, he can't talk, so he's just doing the hand signals. You see that? First down, let's go for it. So the team understood the language.
Well, it's wind conditions, it's weather conditions, and it's the strength of the field goal kicker. Can Stoyanovich kick it that far? It would be a 50-yard field goal if he had to kick it.
They come in with an extra tight ends. It's 4th and 2. Make it as Donnell Bennett is smothered in the backfield. A 3-yard loss by Keith Traylor and Steve Atwater.
There's a lot of people up there making the play. Keith Traylor, inside comes Steve Atwater on the outside. Nobody blocks him. Good defense by the Broncos.
The high-scoring Broncos show they have a defense as well. Take over on downs.
On NBC is brought to you by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper, this is the taste. By Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? By UPS, the official package delivery company of the NFL. And by Compaq, the most popular computer in the world.
Back in Kansas City, Denver stopping the Chiefs on 4th and 2, taking over at their own 36. John Elway brings tall Ed McCaffrey in motion, tosses Terrell Davis, the league's leading rusher, has a solid gain out to the 44-yard line, nearly 8 on the play. Here are the Broncos in their 1997 style white road uniforms. Offensively, the line, and Marty Schottenheimer calls this the best line in the NFL. Zimmerman back out of retirement, Schlereth, Nalen, Habib, and Tony Jones. The backfield, Terrell Davis, Howard Griffith is the blocker, Smith and McCaffrey outside. Shannon Sharp still says he is the top tight end in football. He's quick to remind you of that. Had a big game last week. Second and short. Davis diving for the first down as he skids out across the 46-yard line. Here's the Kansas City defense, rebuilt by Marty Schottenheimer. They're young. They're much faster. Vaughn Booker, Joe Phillips, John Browning start inside the 3-4 alignment with Thomas, Wayne Simmons from Green Bay, Donnie Edwards, and Anthony Davis. Very fast. Carter and Hasty, as tough a set of corners as there are in the league. And Tongue and Woods will come up and hit you from that safety spot. They, too, in their second year. Gunther Cunningham, he calls the plays defensively. First down at the 47. Good protection. The toss to Davis. So the first 3 plays, 2 rushes by Terrell Davis, and that pass play good for about 5.
All right, game plan. Obviously, for the Denver Broncos, they want to run the football. They ran it the first 2 plays and a little short pass here to Terrell Davis. The other thing is formations to create mismatches in the offense.
Denver loves to spread it out. That's how they get those mismatches. The Kansas City coaches said if they spread it out, we promise you one thing, we are going to hit John Elway. They say they're going to stop him. They say we are going to hit him.
The spot is at the 47, so the play good for 6. Elway guns it in, complete through the hands of Shannon Sharp at the 30, and a flag is down where Elway threw the ball.
You talk about formations. Look, Shannon Sharp, number 84, on the outside like a wide receiver. It's a zone. He goes across the middle. Nobody there. The ball's to the back shoulder. Doesn't adjust to make the catch.
What did he tell us yesterday? Shannon Sharp told us yesterday, he says, I want to get one-on-one on James Hasty. Well, that time it was a little bit of a zone.
Illegal use of the hands. Number 99 on the defense. Hands to the face. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Vaughn Booker, the defensive end, as Bill Carollo, the referee today, makes the call, and that brings a first down.
Vaughn Booker, you're going to see him up there at the top right there. You see the hands to the face, and when you get your hands up, and you know, you say you can't hit a quarterback in the head, you can't hit a guy helmet to helmet, you cannot get your hands up in their face either.
Booker, who played at Cincinnati after 3 years in the United States Army and has been a solid performer now in his 4th year here in Kansas City. First down at the Chiefs' 42. No score. 10 minutes left in the opening quarter. Terrell Davis. Nothing inside where he likes to run tackle to tackle, so he swings it outside, and another solid gain of 7 on first down.
Terrell Davis, the Denver Broncos, it's so hard to get it out of your mind. This is a power team that runs the football, and he's been spectacular this year. 127-yard average per game in leading the lead, Terrell Davis. There are the running elite of the National Football League that Paul mentioned. Marcus Allen and Davis went to the same high school, Lincoln in San Diego. He was 5.5 years old when Marcus graduated. Well, Marcus was glad to hear that. Marcus, the oldest running back in the history of the National Football League. Davis plowing up the middle will be short of a first down as he gets to the 34. It'll be a 3rd and a short 2. There's the comparison. Marcus Allen, the first of 40 games of their careers. Davis with more yardage, but not receiving, as Marcus, of course, that's one of his strengths, and more touchdowns for Allen, who's always been a great touchdown maker through college and the NFL.
Phil, we've seen a couple of tosses to Terrell Davis, and one of the things that Marty Schottenheimer said about the Denver Bronco offensive line, they don't hold blocks a long period of time. They slide down the line of scrimmage. They get a piece of someone and hope Terrell Davis can cut it back up inside, and that's what he does best.
Elway throws on third and short, and the completion to Shannon Sharp, his tight end, his 42nd catch of the year.
Well, you're talking about matchups, and Paul said this earlier. Mike Shanahan loves matchups. Get your tight end, put him outside. Who covers him? Reggie Tongue.
Safety.
A secondary, a safety guy. That's the matchup an offense would love to have.
First down at the 27-yard line. McCaffrey outside right. Shannon line to the right. And Rod Smith, who comes home, he played at Little Missouri Southern Division II school. Free agent, has had a great year. And Elway's looking for Smith. He's in the end zone, but out of the field of play as he makes the catch against James Hasty. Smith, who has caught 43 balls this year, 6 of them for touchdowns. He's been Elway's favorite target.
Phil, when you look at Elway's arm, look where the ball is put. The only guy that really has a chance at it, and that's out of bounds, is Smith. I mean, Elway doesn't give the defensive back a chance to do it. Look at Neal. Neal thinks it's a touchdown. No, Neal, first of all, Neal, you have to wait for the official to do it. When he puts his arms up, then you can put your arms up.
Smith looking from across the field, and a ton of photographers down there. Tough to see that angle. Charges to the 16-yard line, and that will be a first down.
Well, we talked about that Denver offensive line nailing the center. Schlereth, watch the blocks they get. Gary Zimmerman, the left tackle, blocking down, pulling around. Tony Jones, number 77, does a good job sealing off the inside. And again, up the middle. We said it already once this game. This is a power running football team. They try to beat you up.
And they don't hit anything. They're dominant about it. They just line up and tell you, here we come.
30 yards for number 30, Terrell Davis. Fake to Davis. Elway, a lot of time now. Throws to the end zone, incomplete. Ad-libbing in the back of the end zone was Willie Green. And Ed McCaffrey, I think for a while there, Elway was hoping that McCaffrey would leave his block and go into the short zone.
See, this is what happens when you can run the football so well. John Elway's back in that backfield, taking forever. Watch Dale Carter, number 34, aggressive, loves to use his hands, and he's using them and continues to use them, and it wasn't called. But Dale Carter,
that's not holding if they don't throw the flag, you know.
Well, that's right. Dale Carter, James Hasty, love to use their hand, aggressive corners, probably the two most aggressive in the league.
Second down 10. Sharp in motion, toss to Davis. Ooh, what a hit by James Hasty. That's why Hasty is regarded so highly by Marty Schottenheimer. Not only a good cover man, but he'll come up and crack that running back.
James Hasty is he's one of those corners that's physical, still can run along with wide receivers, and he's one of these guys, if he ever does lose a step because he's a big guy and he can hit, he'll be a safety someday.
You know, the other thing about it, though, when you remember the Denver Broncos, if it was 2nd and 10, Elway's throwing the football. Not anymore with this team. If it's 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10, doesn't make any difference. They still may give the ball to Terrell Davis.
3rd down and 8. Elway shotgun. Gonna run it. Big gap, and he dives to the 5, and that'll be good enough for a first down.
You know, when you look at what Elway does here, and you say, okay, John, we don't need you to do this. We need you to slide. But if you look at the end of this play, when John Elway comes out, watch his head, look for the flag to see where the line of scrimmage is. Stand, look left. When he looks left now, he knows the only way he can get the first down is dive for it.
And also, those Kansas City Chiefs defenders, they know if he dives, and you can see John Elway, pretty good runner in his career. When he dives, you're allowed to hit him if he dives head first.
He landed heavily, and he may be taking a timeout now just to catch his breath. No score, but Denver threatens.
They take a timeout here because Elway lands on the ball. Looks like his elbow and the ball, but when you see the ball, you'll see it underneath him right here when he hits down. But watch when he bounces up in the air. Look where the ball is. It's right underneath his chest, and that's where he hit. They took a timeout. He's back in the game. He's all right.
First and goal at the 5. This drive starting back at the Denver 36 after they took over on downs. Terrell Davis gets 2. Draws the crowd, and coming up from the secondary, Reggie Tongue again, number 25, to help out on the tackle.
We've seen Terrell Davis for 2 years now, Phil, and we watch him. He's the leading rusher in the National Football League. Why?
Well, a lot. Good offensive line, good system. Alex Gibb, their offensive line coach. I'll never forget 2 years ago, he told us in practice, they preached to this guy, you can only do one thing. That's one cut, get up in that line of scrimmage and make some yards, and that's really worked well for this team.
From the 3. Davis hit at the line of scrimmage as Dale Carter came up from the secondary to hit him in the backfield.
Now, you know, it's really important for Kansas City to stop the Denver offense in this drive because they don't want to play a fast-paced game today. You get down 7-0, 10-0. Now you got to change your play calling so they can stop them at 3-0. Then they can come out and still be conservative on offense because they're not going to win a shootout against the Denver Broncos.
And on that particular play, Dick, they just had too many guys. There weren't enough people to block them.
3rd and goal, 14th play of the drive. Is it called a touchdown? No. Incomplete to McCaffrey. McCaffrey had it, and he was drilled.
It looked like it was deflected. It looked like Eddie McCaffrey then caught it. Then it was knocked out of his arms. I thought maybe it was going to be intercepted. Elway really lets it go with a lot of steam on it. Anthony Davis gets a hand on it. It was never even close to being caught.
Yeah.
Oh, Woods.
Jerome Woods.
We were talking about McCaffrey yesterday, Phil, about it. I mean, this guy takes so many hits in the ball game. John Elway said, every time I throw and he gets nailed, I just cringe.
Yeah. Short 25, 26-yard try by Jason Elam, who drives it through. And Denver settles for the field goal. A flag is down. And this could be critical as Elam is slow getting up. If this is a personal foul, Denver could get another set of 4 downs.
Was that McMillan, number 29? He came flying across and trying to block the ball. But, you know, the thing, it's one of the most dangerous things that you do. Years ago, they said about, boy, don't ever take points off the board. You got them on the board, don't take them off. Well, you're talking about the Denver Broncos now.
Elway getting the options from referee Carollo.
I mean, if it's got to be a first down because it's a defensive penalty. I mean, there's just no question about that. The thing is, do you want to keep 3? Or is it after the play, after the kick?
That could be the call. Roughing the kicker against Kansas City.
Running into the kicker, number 40 on the defense. That penalty is declined. The result of the play, the field goal is good.
Running into the kicker
is different than roughing the kicker.
Yes.
That's only half the distance and would not have been enough for the first down. So Elway and the Broncos take the 3 on Elam's field goal.
You don't need binoculars to see why Escort is so popular. It's a value so enticing, it's like getting cake with extra icing. You can get power, lots of power, power galore, to whisk down the windows and unlock the doors, adjust the side mirrors, but wait, there is more. Opt for a remote, AC, a smooth automatic, and a CD player for the music fanatic. And if that's not enough, you can get an anti-theft system to protect this good stuff. The buck starts here for Escort thrills, somewhat higher, loaded to the gills.
How could anything this breathtaking be created from a $199 printer? Canon's BJC 4300 color bubble jet printer. See it, and you'll believe it.
The aluminum in your car radiator is as thin as this sheet, and it's the only thing between you and a breakdown. But Prestone Antifreeze bonds with aluminum, forming a zone of protection against corrosion and temperature extremes. Protect your car in the Prestone zone.
And so, the prince entered the sleeping castle, breaking the spell as Hansel and Gretel came upon the evil witch's cottage.
And Tinkerbell helped rescue the lost boys from the pirates, and they all...
Now you can buy children a lot of happy endings, because every time you use Visa, we'll contribute to Reading is Fundamental, dedicated to helping children learn to read. So please use your Visa card, because every child deserves a good beginning.
Jack climbed down the beanstalk, narrowly
Visa,
escaping.
it's everywhere you want to be.
NBC tonight at 8:30, 7:30 Central. Seymour Pow. Seymour Wow. Seymour Bank Me. At 8:30, 7:30 Central. Val Kilmer, Nicole Kidman, Chris O'Donnell, Tommy Lee Jones, and Jim Carrey. Batman Forever. NBC tonight.
Was that over the top?
After taking over on downs, 61-yard drive to the 3-yard line. They settled for the short 21-yard field goal. And now the kickoff by Elam to Marek Vanover. Remember, he returned 197 yards for a touchdown a year ago against Denver. And here he goes on the fly and out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Tackled by Tim McKyer. 32 on the return. Let's go back to the field goal try and the penalty.
All right, it's Hasty and it's not McMillan. I made the mistake. It's number 40. Now watch Hasty go through. Now it really looks dangerous there, like he really hit the kicker. We're going to show you another angle. Here's what you call running in. Watch the leg of Elam. Does he hit the leg? No. He goes by and he hits him like almost in the chest. It's only running into the kicker. I like the call.
Elam did a good job dramatically, and the call then would have meant half the distance to the goal line, which would have left Denver fourth and about 1.5 yards to 2, and they elected to keep the 3 points as Donnell Bennett greeted rudely by Big Keith Tractor Trailer. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the opening quarter. We remind you to follow the NFL online at msnbcsports.com. NFL insider Gil Brandt explains why it's too early to write off the Cowboys. Randy Cross will take a humorous look at how the playoff picture is shaping up. Also, Jets coach Bill Parcells answers your email, msnbcsports.com. No gain on first down. Rich Gannon to throw. Going long, but way too long for Andre Rison. Tyrone Braxton over from a safety spot to cover.
Phil, you know, we knew that they put a lot of things in to get Andre Rison open, plays for him. And on this play, this is just a bad read by the quarterback because there was total double coverage. I thought Andre was short on Andre Rison, and he knew he had help deep.
No, actually, the safety was in the middle. He just read Rich Gannon's eyes and gets over the top. But that kind of shows you can see the 4-leaf clover. That is on the neck of Andre Rison, and what's the reason for that 4-leaf clover ball?
Well, I'll get to it.
That's always for good luck, isn't it?
That's right.
Third and long. Gannon throws to the flat to Hughes, incomplete. Covered by Darius Johnson. 3 and out for Kansas City.
All right, let me go back to it. The 4-leaf clover is the thing with, you know, he was upset with some of the press said about him, and it's good luck.
Louis Aguiar comes in to punt. That net average, second in the league, 39+. Darian Gordon, remember last week, first quarter, 2 touchdown returns against Carolina. Playing with the flu, as Jim Gray told you earlier. Former Charger has 3 punt return touchdowns this year. And they try to kick away from him, slice it to the right side. Good roll for Kansas City. Terrific kick all the way to the 2-yard line. Kansas City pins Denver in the hole. The Broncos with the early lead.
Dr. Pepper presents the lighter side of the game. Don't quit your day job.
All I want to do is have some fun. Do I smile? Do I sing? Do I look mean? What do I do? I'm so glad we had this time together. Do I jump? Do I run? Do I
hop? Turn it up, love to pump, slam dunk. Inline or online, surf the net. Dr. Pepper, taste to get. Blue jeans, fly machine, football hurdle, space shuttle. Free to vote, yeah. Now is the time. Now is the time. Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper. Now is the time.
Good morning. This is your wake-up call. And this is the Norelco Reflex Action Razor. Anything closer could be too close for comfort.
This is the Triton-powered Ford F-150. And this is a 102,000-pound earth mover. Now that's what we call taking the bulldozer by the horns. Ford F-Series. Built Ford tough.
23 is Clyde Johnson. He's with the Kansas City Chiefs. Darius Johnson's number 25, and he's also getting help. What, you think it's hard getting downfield when you're double covered? Watch this. Now, they can't hold him on the ground. They can lay on him, lean on him. Here he's back up again. Darius Johnson back on him again. I'm saying, boy, that ball's just bounced around. Thank God I don't have to run down.
Meanwhile, it took a terrific roll for Aguiar, a 56-yard punt. First and 98 for John Elway. Does that sound familiar? 11 years ago, Marty Schottenheimer in Cleveland saw Elway take his team 98 yards for that tying touchdown on the way to the Super Bowl. Terrell Davis for 2 yards. And for report on action elsewhere, we go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Dick, Denver facing a long drive. That's what Tampa Bay did on their opening drive. Eric Rett caps an 80-yard drive with a 1-yard touchdown, his first of the season with the extra point. The Bucs with a 7-0 lead on New England, Dick.
All right, Greg, second down and 8 here. Broncos leading 3-0 with their 9-1 record. Their only loss at Oakland. Kansas City, perfect 4-0 at home this season, and this crowd trying to help with Elway pinned down in that end zone area. Davis finds a crease and charges out to the 13-yard line and a first down. James Hasty made the tackle. 10 more for Terrell Davis. And the man who leads the league coming in with nearly 1,300 yards has 46 today.
Watch Terrell Davis is going to come to our right. Just looks like there's not going to be anything there. And, Paul, that's what they always say. Run to daylight. Oh, there he finds a little. He set it up with a little move inside. Going forward. Makes that cut. Positive yards.
That one move.
One move. That's right. Made the linebacker. Made him go forward inside.
Howard Griffith, the lead blocker for Davis. And Davis straight arms and was a man away from something really special. He's across the 30, tackled by Jerome Woods. Another 18 for Terrell Davis.
Jerome Woods found out what it's like to get a fist put in your face. Now watch Terrell Davis. Watch this. He just a little hesitation. That one move that you talked about, Phil. Now watch this. Here's the one in your mouth. Then he still picks up 4 more yards.
And how about your former teammate, Ed McCaffrey? As we look at Davis this season, #1 rusher in the league, has attempted more, has more first downs, more total yards, and a second to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in touchdowns. Boy, he's the workhorse in this first quarter, and he's paying dividends. 9 more for Davis. Has rushed for 100 yards in 8 of the 10 games this year, and he's now over 4,000 yards in less than 3 years in this league.
The one thing about this guy, we were talking to Shanahan yesterday, and you watch him run, is last week that he had 86 yards, and the game was out of reach. And I like the thing that Shanahan's talking about the offensive line. So, okay, we'll leave him in there, let him get his 100-yard rushing day. He said, when do you take him out? He said, I don't know. I have to explain to the offensive line. They love this guy running.
Well, he takes himself out, which he did on this case, and Vaughn Hebron replaces him. Elway throwing long for Rod Smith. What a catch! A one-handed stab, and the flag is down at the 12-yard line. Rod Smith with a spectacular catch. And a flag is also down back where Elway threw the ball, and that's roughing the passer is the call there. 48-yard play as the young man from Joplin, Missouri, Missouri Southern, Rod Smith. Look at this.
Gets his fingertips on it and then catches it on the way down. He was the only receiver out in the pattern that time for the Denver Broncos. They kept everybody in, blocking, trying to make Kansas City think it's a running play. They weren't fooled. James Hasty back. Jerome Woods, number 21, was fooled for a second and got back there, but they can't make the play.
Well, you see Jerome Woods, you see his right arm, Dick, go around the waist. If he doesn't put his arm there, that's just incidental contact.
Number 21 on the defense.
Bill Carollo's motion almost picked off his fellow official.
Well, you got a 15-yard penalty down here for roughing the passer.
There's a second foul personal foul, roughing the passer, number 77 on the defense. That penalty is enforced from the end of the run.
That's tacked on. But, you know, Jerome Woods, honestly, Phil, when you look at it, Jerome Woods is looking at the ball. Now, watch. Here's Elway. He's going to get nailed right here. And that running at it, they're just not going to allow that to happen, and they shouldn't. But Colin McDaniels hits him.
Meanwhile, Rod Smith, here's a free agent pick by Denver out of Little Missouri Southern. He comes back home, he's got friends here, makes maybe a catch you dream about as a kid. Look at this. That's super stuff.
Hey, talk about making a play, and it's just a matter of time before the Denver offense took a shot going deep against these young safeties at Kansas City. They're very aggressive, sometimes get caught up. That time they weren't fooled, but Rod Smith made the play.
First and goal at the 9. Terrell Davis is back in. Little delay on the stutter step and then drive to near the 5-yard line.
There was a play you were talking about, Paul. Most teams, but like Marty Schottenheimer talked about yesterday, when you pitch it, the runner's going to go outside. You could see Terrell Davis that time. He's looking to cut it back, and when it's not open inside, he finally takes it out.
So we come to the end of the first quarter. Rod Smith's 43-yard circus catch giving the visiting Denver Broncos a chance to add to their 3-0 lead. You're watching the NFL on NBC. Terrell Davis living up to his performance of these first 3 years of his career. 76 yards in the opening quarter to boost his career total over 4,000.
Dick, what we talked about yesterday, he needs, what, at least 2 200-yard games and the rest 100s to get to 2,000?
No, if he just averages what he is doing now, 127, he'll make it.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's on the chance of getting 300 yards today.
Second and goal from the 5 as we open the second quarter. 3-0 Denver. Elway to Shannon Sharp. Did he catch it? Yes, touchdown. He was screened out from our view here. They allow more people around the field here at Kansas City than any place.
Doing a little Spider-Man and then Superman. And
well, I'm going to tell you, one thing about, we had this guy in yesterday. We asked him to come in for 2 minutes. He stayed for an hour and a half. He loves to talk. Shannon Sharp, but he said, you get me out one-on-one on anybody, and I don't care who it is, on anybody, I'm catching the ball.
Especially defensive backs. He says they're skinny. They don't know how strong I am, and I can take advantage of them. And that was one of the reasons that time he caught the touchdown pass.
Boy, Jason Elam kind of chunked that one through. But Shannon Sharp, who says, I'm the cigar. Jerry Bailey just said, when you hit for home, just let me go. He said, I'm heading for home. And on the way to the playoffs, he has a touchdown, his second of the year. Denver celebrates 10-0.
We come here on a glorious quest to search for that which can be found nowhere else. Where, in the trenches where mighty men clash, amidst the echoes of glory's past, high atop Olympus. Oh, this is our quest. This is what football is all about. Now all I gotta do is find that nacho guy.
2 tickets, $28. 2 hot dogs, 2 popcorns, and 2 sodas, $18. 1 autographed baseball, $45. Real conversation with 11-year-old son, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Accepted all over, even Major League ballparks.
My ancestor dreamt of winning the Highlands Open, but his golf wasn't up to par. So he designed a wider golf club for better control of his drives. Truly, wider is better.
Improve your drive with the Wide-Track Grand Prix Sports Sedan. Its unique Wide-Track design sets the wheels wider for better control on any course.
My family crest still bears the proverb, Nash Lehav, Nasher.
The Wide-Track Grand Prix. Driving excitement by Pontiac. Wider is better.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper, this is the taste. By the Wide-Track Grand Prix by Pontiac. Wider is better. By MasterCard. There are some things in life money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. And by IBM. Solutions for a small planet.
1-0 Broncos. Elam kicks it off. Spins it down to the 5-yard line to Tamarick Vanover. Vanover spun down at the 26-yard line. Let's go back to the touchdown as the flag is down on the kickoff return, usually against the offense, but Shannon Sharp's 6-pointer.
Shannon Sharp against Dale Carter. Dale Carter hurt right shoulder, doesn't jam him at the line. It's good defense. What it really is just a spectacular catch by Shannon Sharp. He fights for the ball, pulls it in with his left hand to his body and makes the catch.
And that culminates a 98-yard drive engineered by Elway. And Shannon Sharp goes through, well, this is the entire production, not just one little line. He does the whole play. How about
salute the Hulk? He did Spider-Man first. He's stealing other people's material. That ain't right.
That's a repertoire. He says that other guy, Ben Coates, he said he's like Dominic Wilkins. He gets all his catches when the game is already decided. Marcus Allen trying to inspire Kansas City. Gets out to the 11-yard line. John Mobley makes the stop. As Elway, just as he did 11 years ago, marches his team in a hurry, 98 yards for a touchdown. What a catch on not only Davis's run and Sharp's fine catch, but within that 98 yards was that sensational 43-yard reception by Rod Smith. Kansas City unable to stop Terrell Davis and unable to really get anything going themselves. And now the catch by Andre Rison, and that's going to be out close enough for a first down. 11 yards on the play. And Rison trying to get this crowd re-energized.
Well, Kansas City's got to rethink their game plan. You're down 10-0. You're going to have to throw the ball every now and then. And Andre Rison having a good, solid year, showing some speed that I didn't see the last couple years. He's really become a favorite for this Kansas City offense.
He leads them in catches. That's his 51st. Now Marcus, easy hit at the 20-yard line by Steve Atwater. And John Mobley.
Oh, Dick, I'm going to tell you something. A linebacker is supposed to do this once in a while. Watch this. Mobley. Nobody touches Mobley. The block is not there, and Mobley just nails Marcus.
What happens? John Mobley uses his speed. He runs around the block and still can make the tackle in the backfield.
Boy, a loss of a couple yards, and Mobley was really matured this year, averaging nearly 10 tackles a game. They call him Cheetah. He moves stealthily.
Not a dumb rookie anymore.
The throw to Kimball Landers. Consistently the top receiver in Marty Schottenheimer's attack, and Mobley shows he can go outside to make a tackle as well.
This is what Phil talked about with great speed at linebacker. Mobley that time was basically caught on the inside when Kimball Landers goes to the outside, and Mobley has enough speed to get to Kimball Landers and saves the first down.
Mobley at 6'1" and 230 was a first-round pick a year ago, a 15th player selected, and was the leading tackler coming in with 99 to start this game.
He's the new type of linebacker in the NFL. Size is just not that big of a factor anymore when you play linebacker. It's speed. That's what counts most.
Third down. Gannon scrambling out of the pocket and throwing on the run. And it is no catch as Ray Crockett knocks it away from Andre Rison.
Well, so far, Kansas City, they can't stop the run by the Denver offense. They can't pass protect when they throw the ball, and they can't run it. So it's not a good day. It's good coverage down the field by Ray Crockett. A little aggressive at the end, but still good position. Well, that's both of them got their hands on the other. Andre's pushing off. Ray Crockett's holding on.
That's why they don't throw the flag when they're both doing it. Why throw a flag?
Darren Gordon now inside the 30-yard line for Denver. They lead the league in punt return yardage. Aguiar handles a tough snap. Von Hebron in on him, and it's a short, wobbly kick, but takes a good roll for Kansas City. And out of the sidelines and out of bounds, shy of the 35-yard line. 37 on the punt. 11:54 remaining in the opening half here at Arrowhead. The Broncos have the ball and a 10-point lead.
My ancestor dreamt of winning the Highlands Open, but his golf wasn't up to par. So he designed a wider golf club for better control of his drives. Truly, wider is better.
Improve your drive with the Wide-Track Grand Prix Sports Sedan. Its unique Wide-Track design sets the wheels wider for better control on any course.
My family crest still bears the proverb. Nash Leha, Nasher.
The Wide-Track Grand Prix. Driving excitement by Pontiac. Wider is better.
Important email, sir.
Wilson, this system does connect all our offices?
39 countries, sir.
At a cost of?
Over 4 million.
And it is meant to turn us into a lean, mean global machine?
Yes, sir.
But instead it tells us that some person called Corky in Denver is giving away kittens.
Kittens, sir.
South Florida, a true story. A man was out walking one day when he discovered a bag filled with jewelry. When no one claimed it, he ended up with over $1 million. When it comes to retirement, you can depend on luck or you can depend on us. Sun America. Ask about our personal retirement portfolios and don't leave your future to chance. Sun America, the retirement specialist.
Got big plans for Wednesday night?
Yes, so?
Well, cancel those plans for something special as Dick becomes Lord of the Prance.
The Rutherford Bugle calls it Taplicious.
It's more than just another dance craze.
I want to learn!
It's a once-in-a-lifetime musical experience.
Isn't that right, Donnie, old boy?
All new Third Rock, 9, 8 Central, NBC Wednesday.
Players are superstitious. Andre Rison, a tattoo, 4-leaf clover on the neck. Neil Smith, well, trainer Steve Angelopoulos. Oh, that's the good luck for Neil.
No, he's got a whole head.
That got him a touchdown that last drive.
The trainer, Steve, he wants some hair to grow on that head, so he's hoping that head.
From the 36, Elway on first down underneath to Terrell Davis. And Davis' second catch out to the 43-yard line. Let's go down to Jim Gray.
All right, thank you, Dick. Well, I spoke to Eric Dickerson. He set the single-season rushing record, 21:05, all the way back in 1984. Gave me the following quote regarding Terrell Davis. He said he's a great runner with a big future. Playing with John Elway makes it a lot easier for him because he faces no 9-man fronts like I did. I wish him all the best. I know my record will be broken one day. He's got a great shot. I hope he does it. I've met him. I like him, and I love his running style. Very gracious. Dick?
Yeah, that's a good point, and Eric feels the way all of us do that have met this young man. He is so likable. He's special. He gets the call again. There's nothing there, but he makes a little out of nothing. Gains a yard or so, but is shy of the first down. It'll be third down and about 1.5 yards to 2 as Wayne Simmons, acquired after the season began from Green Bay for a number 5 draft pick, makes the tackle.
Shannon Sharp, number 84, in motion, outside. Whoa, be alert. Jerome Woods, a little payback there.
You know, pay attention. You know,
That's right.
Pay attention. You must always pay attention.
See, he thought he was a decoy.
Yeah.
That's outside running.
3rd and 2. Rifles it to Sharp and a first down at the Kansas City 41-yard line. Reggie Tung, the tackler, 15-yard play.
Well, again, Shannon Sharp on Reggie Tung, a safety, uses his strength, knocks him back, creates separation, gives an angle for John Elway to throw. But watch John Elway. He goes back, he knows the pattern, he likes what he's got to the right. It's not open, wait, then hit him in the open hole in the middle of the field. Good job by John Elway. Make the fun of the way I talk again, Paul.
I thought an open hole.
Drives to the 38-yard line. I like a little Kentucky verbiage.
I do too.
I like windage. It's verbiage and windage. Yeah, they invented that in Kentucky.
We came here, it was code, and it had an open hole. And I like it. It's kind of different.
Second down. You can't say what you normally say to Paul. I know. We'll let you say that.
Dummy. He will whack me when this is over, I can tell you that.
Yeah, that's a promise.
How about that first down? 6.8-yard average thus far. 81 already for Terrell Davis. Dwayne Carswell in motion. Elway to Rod Smith. First down at the 23. And at this point, the Denver Broncos are showing why they are 9-1, the best in the AFC. Everything working.
Well, the thing, let me just say one thing here. Elway throwing the ball, that's fine, and those guys catching the ball, Smith and those guys. But what the offensive line, Phil, they are just doing a superb job.
Well, they're doing a good. First they beat you up. Now Elway's counterpunching with the pass. But this offensive line, I thought it was interesting talking to Mike Shanahan yesterday about Terrell Davis. Are you running him too much, maybe? All these things. Will he go for 2,000? And we'll give you Mike Shanahan's answer after this play.
First down, leading 10-0. Terrell Davis. And he runs into a big red shirt on that left side at the 21-yard line.
Well, I think the big thing, we thought maybe he's used it too much. He's running Terrell Davis and all these things, but they didn't think so. They're paying attention, but it's important for the team and for this offensive line for Terrell to get 2,000 because it does build something. This offensive line, that's something they can hang their hat on for the rest of their lives, and it won't hurt this team in the future. You know, a quarterback can throw for 4,000. An offensive lineman doesn't take a lot of pride in that. But when a runner runs and they beat the opposing defense, that's something special.
Second and a short 9. John Hebron with Davis up in the same backfield, blocking for him. Gains only a yard. It'll be 3rd and long for Denver as we look ahead to action tonight on NBC. Jim Carrey.
Woo! The wildest Batman villain in the biggest, most action-packed Batman of them all. Now that's impressive.
The network television premiere of Batman Forever. 8:30, 7:30 Central. NBC tonight.
I'm in the next Batman, you know.
What are you going to be?
Beer Man.
Beer Man?
Elway 7 for 10 as he looks at 3rd down and 8 at the Kansas City 20. Flushed out and dropped at the line of scrimmage. John Browning, the 2nd-year tackle from West Virginia.
That will not be a sack. And the reason it will not be a sack is because John Elway gained about 8 inches.
John Browning, number 93. On the inside. Just waits for John Elway. Throws the blocker off once Elway comes forward.
Well, the official score is going to give him a sack anyway. So no gain, give you a sack to Browning. Elam now will try a 38-yard field goal. He hits it well and down the middle. 13-0 Denver. 6:27 remains in the first half at Arrowhead.
Looking for more space? Try the next Century. It's got the most interior space of any vehicle in its class. Because extra space is one luxurious touch that's appreciated by families everywhere. The new Century by Buick.
Hey, who's that?
She's here to meet with the big guys.
On a weekend? She must be a big client.
I think it's their life insurance agent.
Huh.
Have you heard from the quiet company? Northwestern Mutual Life.
Sunday. It's the day you call the most. And with MCI, it can also be the day you pay the least. MCI 5 cents Sundays. 5 cents a minute, every Sunday. Call 1-800-SUNDAYS.
Hey, guys. Need a smile? Call Domino's.
Yeah.
The Domino's deep dish does the trick. An inch thick with cheese baked to the edges. And now with 3 toppings, $8.99. Any second, $4.99. But we deliver more than great pizza. At Domino's, we're delivering 1 million smiles a day.
Next Sunday on the NFL on NBC, a big doubleheader. The Dolphins, the Patriots, a showdown atop the AFC East. Marino and Miami face Bledsoe in New England. Then the Chargers, the 49ers. Young and the NFC West leaders host Seattle and San Diego. Or regional action, the NFL on NBC next Sunday.
A look at veteran Marcus Allen, not at all happy on the Kansas City sidelines. Denver 13-0, could be worse.
And he knows how important this game is in their division, Dick. I mean, they really cannot afford to lose this football game, Kansas City.
They dropped 3 behind Denver, actually more than 3 because they would have lost both games to the Broncos. Down to Vanover on the kick of the 5. Sees a seam. Has only the kicker to beat. And a blocker in front at the 40. Elam slows him down, and the tackle made. The flag goes down. Tim McKyer made the stop. Vanover 78 yards on the return.
There are some great blocks in here, Phil, but I'm going to just say one thing for Jason Elam. He saves a touchdown. This guy, when you're going to see number 1, you see him in the middle of your screen, watch what he does. Watch him move Vanover to the sideline. He keeps moving him. He will not let him cut back. Watch this. Now he cuts back into the other players. That is a terrific play by Vanover, first of all, for running the ball back, but for Elam for the kicker.
He has 3 kickoff return touchdowns in his 3 seasons in the league. And a punt return touchdown as well. He gives Kansas City some life inside the 20 at the 18, officially 77 on the return. Gannon to Marcus Allen. And Allen dragged down at the 16-yard line as Keith Kramer makes another tackle. Well, Tamarick Vanover, what a good kick returner can do for the lifeblood of a team. And Vanover victimized the Broncos, as we told you, last season at Mile High. Took the kick at his own 3 and off on the run, 97 yards. And a 77-yarder today. Gannon on fake. Good runner. Inside the 10-yard line. It'll be close to a first down. Alan Aldridge and Ray Crockett ran him out.
Well, they're going to need Rich Gannon to create plays today because they're not having any success running the football. They can't pass protect. Neil Smith just going right by Glenn Parker, and Rich Gannon, an excellent runner. Got a lot of wiggle for a quarterback. He knows how to move around and make some plays when he's pressured in the pocket.
Well, you see Neil Smith, he just throws Glenn Parker away, and Neil Smith almost has Gannon, but Gannon has some excellent speed, as you said, and gets to the outside. 3rd and short.
3rd down and 1. Marcus Allen has the first down, drives to the 6.
Mobley, I'm going to give him 2 9s for this, just for style and grace. I mean, Mobley gets taken out. This is what you call filling the hole, but you're a little bit high. Watch number 51, right on the left there, Phil. Here comes Mobley. Look at this. Bam! Up and out, a double team block, and he is nailed.
Now, Paul, I'm going to give him about a 2 because that's not real smart. You know, you got to play a lot of plays in this game, and you jump in the air as a linebacker coming in against the blocker, you're going to get hurt.
This year for Allen from 6 yards. His 118th touchdown in the NFL, rushing the all-time high. Well, the old man, oldest ever to carry the ball in National Football League history, delivers again thanks to Tamarick Vanover's 77-yard kickoff return. Pete Stoyanovich with the point after. And Kansas City back in it, 13-7.
Well, if you're going to run the football day against the Denver Broncos defense, it's got to be inside. Good job by number 68, Will Shields. Kimball Anders with another good block, number 38. Creates the hole. Marcus Allen running hard for the touchdown.
Teammates sponsored by the U.S. Army. Be part of our team in the Army. The Oilers' inaugural season in Tennessee has seen the blossoming of 3 very young offensive stars in quarterback Steve McNair, receiver Chris Sanders, and standout running back Eddie George. With McNair on the verge of stardom, Tennessee now has a trio of impressive weapons in their attack.
And he dives in! Air McNair! Touchdown!
It's freezing. It's quiet. But you get used to it. You grow to love it.
Snowfox 2-1. This is Snowfox base.
This is Snowfox 2-1. Then a storm comes up. And I'm the one who's got to get us out of here. And I remember who gave me courage. This is for them. For my mom and dad, who never missed a game. for Drill Sergeant McCardle, who showed me what it takes to be a leader.
Visual contact, Sergeant.
And for myself, who became one.
No, I won't be afraid. I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me.
Buick LeSabre is built to keep you safe and secure. A comforting thought, especially for those who aren't even in the car.
Stand by me.
Tonight on Jenny, the girls are on The Real World. You know, that show where the cameras follow your every move? Oh, yeah, she's coming off real well.
I am not a shallow, self-centered gold digger. Ma, you gotta believe me.
Jenny at an earlier time, 8/7 Central, tonight on NBC Batman Sunday.
Marcus Allen, the incredible 16-year veteran from Southern California, knows well the importance of this game and his performance, helping to spark Kansas City back in it, 13-7. A wobbly kickoff by Stoyanovich. Chamberlain bobbles, picks it up. The tight end heads upfield across the 25, fumbles the ball. A scramble at the 27. This could be big. No official signal yet.
A lot of times when people get a hold of the football that are not used to handling on these type of situations, this is what happens is a fumble.
Vaughn Hebron came out of the pile with the ball, so Denver has it. Injured Chief on the play.
Anthony Davis, number 50, is the injured Chief. He's down on about the 25-yard line.
See, one thing that happens if you're not used to returning these kicks in that, Chamberlain, number 86, when you get into the pile, once they grab you, well, I take that back. He does have both arms around it. He is just hit from behind, people pulling, and the ball comes out.
Bell looked like he was the man would get it. And how did Hebron burrow his way under that pile?
I know, that's the funny part about it. You see 31 going in there, and all of a sudden 22 comes out. He wasn't even in the picture.
Let me tell you, at the bottom of those piles, guys are doing things that you can't talk about up here. And I mean that. They are grabbing and scratching, and it does happen a lot. You think it happens all the time when you get underneath those piles, and they take it away from you because two of his teammates will pull your arm, the other one's grabbing your leg and trying to scratch you, and the other guy pulls it out, and you give it up.
Yeah, one's got one ankle, one's got the other, and said, make a wish.
Well, and the officials can't see it because everybody's on top of one another, and the guy on the bottom is taking a beat.
Oh, what are they going to say? The official goes, well, that's a penalty. He was being mean to him at the bottom. Yeah.
Wrong.
Remember Ben Dright?
He was giving him the business.
Down there giving him the business. That's right.
Anthony Davis helped off the field, a critical member of that linebacking corps, playing on the special teams as well. We're now at 13-7 Denver lead. 27-yard line. Elway with Terrell Davis behind him. Knocked down for the second sack at the 24-yard line. So momentum swinging in Kansas City's favor. What's happening elsewhere, Greg?
Well, Dick, both fans of the Broncos and the Chiefs will want to know about Seattle. New Orleans, Heath Schuler back to throw. That's Darrell Williams picking it off and returning 45 yards for the touchdown with the extra point and a field goal. The Seahawks are leading the New Orleans Saints 10-0, second quarter, Dick.
After that slow start, Greg, Dennis Erickson's team really playing excellent football. Tom Barnes was the sack collector on that first down play. Second and 13, Denver. Watch out. Elway lucky to hold on as Derek Thomas goes over the century mark with a sack and almost had a fumble as well.
He just goes right around Gary Zimmerman. Gary Zimmerman never even slowed him down.
Well, what happened is that Derek Thomas just did a terrific job of guessing the snap count, anticipating, and I thought maybe he jumped off sides for a second, but it's perfect timing. Gary Zimmerman, the crowd is loud, not able to get that left foot back and get in front of the pass rusher. That created the sack.
You saw Derek Thomas wanted to be sure that ball went to his trophy case. He's over the 100 mark, only 2.5 sacks this year. He's had that torn tricep muscle that kept him out of duty, and when he did play, not up to his caliber of excellence. Lots of noise, and John Elway wants to make sure of this third and long call. Timeout.
Who are these people? They go to the strangest places, work in the tightest quarters, and gladly keep the oddest hours. Who are they? Forever probing and prodding, digging, exploring. Who are these people? They are Texaco, and what they do is find the energy the world needs to keep on running. Texaco, a world of energy.
Welcome back. Denver's lead has been whittled to 13-7, and they look at third down and 23. Look at, after the sack by Thomas, he looks into the face of Elway and says, mind if I have the souvenir? Elway had a smile as he delivered the ball. And they play it safe out to the 25-yard line as Davis collects another handful of yards as he moves closer to 100. He has 94 today, but that brings up fourth down. And with 3:09 left in this first half, Kansas City calls time.
Well, that time... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dick.
I was just going to mention that Tamarick Vanover is on the field, and everyone will focus on him after that kickoff return.
And we were talking during the break. Watch Tamarick Vanover when he runs. He's got, I think, size 14 shoes.
At least.
Usually guys that run real fast are on their toes or sprinters. This guy runs so flat-footed, and that's one of the reasons why when these little DBs come down, they put a hand on him, they can't bring him down because he has all that force with his feet. He can drive through those tackles.
His toes are too far away from his heels.
Well, you know, and your brain's too far from your body, but that's okay.
He uses those feet to stamp out small brush fires down the land of the Ozarks in the offseason.
Well, he's only about 5'11", so there are some big feet, size 14.
Tom Rowan's first punt. Or a wobbler that Vanover takes on the run. At the 38-40, at the 50. And knocked out of bounds at the 45-yard line. And Kansas City, excellent field position. 17 more yards on the return by Tamarick Vanover. Glenn Cadrez made the tackle.
Well, 2 years ago, when he would catch a punt, you would just be, everybody in the stadium would stand up. Last year he was hurt, but watch him when he comes up. You can see it. He's pounding those feet, boom, boom, going around. And it is amazing for somebody that runs flat-footed that has such good speed.
Yeah.
Yes.
First and 10, Kansas City.
Kansas City starts at the Denver 45 with 2:59 left in the half. 13-7 Broncos. That's Joe Horn in motion. Give it to Marcus Allen. And Allen inside the Denver 40. A gain of 6.
Well, you see Marcus Allen, the touchdown he ran with authority, this play here with authority. But before that touchdown, when Denver went up 13-0, he went to the bench and he chewed out a whole lot of people and said, we got to get back into this football game. But there's one way to do that, by his leadership, getting back in the game and doing what he does best.
That and a great special teams play by Vanover.
Right. Veteran Steve Wallace has moved in at left tackle, replacing Jeff Criswell. No, that's Marcus Spears. Marcus Spears in that. Marcus Allen has a first down, and maybe Kansas City has found something up the middle.
You know what the difference is with Marcus Allen when he runs? When you look at Marcus Allen, don't look at the upper part of his body. You look at his legs, because when he hits the hole, it's almost stopped right here. Watch Marcus Allen. Now watch, he hits here, and his legs are still moving. As his legs move, the pile opens, and he comes out of it.
Tanavasa makes the stop, and we're at the 2-minute timeout here in Kansas City, where the Broncos lead is 13-7.